Hello out there, inmates. Hope you're having a fantastic week in the Matrix. This video is a little bit different to the normal stuff that I put out. I don't really put out much about like 3D stuff, what's going on in politics and all that kind of stuff, because that's really not where all of this is coming from. As you guys know, this is all coming from the astral. But of course, we need to push back and resist and even fight back on all levels. And what I've seen yesterday about this new Genius Act, you've got to love the wordplay there, because it's nothing more, if you believe it, you're dumb, right? You're dumb, you're stupid. And they have all these double-speak terms, smartphones, again, not very smart, really. I mean, smart TVs, all this stuff. And they spin them to make them into something good. But this Genius Act is quite concerning, and it's quite interesting. Over the last couple of days, there's been a lot of what I would call distractions. You've got like this Coldplay concert where some CEO was caught cheating and everyone's talking about that. And then there's all this other stuff going on. And in the back door, they have sneaked this through. I'm going to read you a post that really explains it in a second. But as we know, guys, what they want is they want the world to be like China. So if we are going to push back and resist anything, it's really important that we resist this, because this is the beast system flying in under the radar. This is why I'm making this video about it, right? So, basically, I'm just going to read this post. It kind of sums everything up, and then I'll fill in the blanks afterwards. So, the House just voted on and passed the Genius Act. And for those unaware, that is America's entrance into the cashless beast system. Now, this isn't just going to be for America. America will be maybe the first to go, and then the rest of the world will follow. I know in the UK, they're talking about this, and in other places. And it says, MTG is absolutely right to be deeply concerned about this bill. The Genius Act opens up a backdoor to allow stablecoin cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and XRP, for example, among others, to be used as the new standard currency. In other words, they said they banned CBDCs in the NDAA, but it will just be disguised by this system. So they're using different terminology. And what annoys me with all the crypto people and that they seem to think that Bitcoin and crypto is like a way out of this, and it couldn't be more opposite. It's like I said the other day, it's blockchain, chaining you to the block. It's everything is digital, everything is going to be recorded. And it really surprises me with those people that are in the freedom movement that talk about crypto as it's going to free us all. Don't get me wrong, you can make your money on it. I'm not saying don't make your money on it and get out, but don't think that this is here to save us. And what they love to do with crypto is throw in this term decentralized. You hear it all the time. And I think it's very clever the way they do that, because nothing about it is going to be decentralized. So anyway, the post goes on to say, it's literally the same thing, just rebranded to a stablecoin. It's classic bait and switch. So they've had to do this because CBDC, that term was just out there. Everyone knew about it. And this is what they're trying to do. So it shows that they're, somewhat struggling or have had to change plans, which is interesting. They will also use this to sell you on the fact this could end the Fed, which in theory is great until you realise it's the same Fed that is pushing this scam. It's just like the reason that there is talk of dismantling the IRS and getting rid of property taxes is because once AI replaces you and takes your job, universal basic income will follow. And that's where they'll give you a certain amount, and we will all just live like in the Hunger Games in that scenario. It's important to understand there is nothing decentralized about stablecoin. It will be monitored in a government-approved blockchain and likely monitored by Palantir or some other AI data collection company. They will also know about every transaction you make, where the money is going, who you're doing business with, and why. Doing business under the table will be a thing of the past once money is digital. Then they have you in a digital prison. You guys know I love delivering these shit sandwiches to you, but it's so important that we're aware of this and, making other people aware of this. And if you don't share any of my other videos, please share this one, because we can push back on this. We can resist this, just like we did with the Jibby passports. We can do the same with this, but we all need to speak up. So they can, will, and essentially can shut you off at any time for any reason they want. So someone like me probably got no chance. I'll be out living in the jungle probably, trying to hunt food. In time, there will be a social credit system implemented just like the one used in China, where they can literally stop you from purchasing a car, a house, a train ticket, groceries, you name it. This is the beast system. Now, you guys know I'm not religious, because the people that wrote those books are these psychopaths, and that's why it's all coming to light. But this is exactly what it talks about in the Bible. This is all part of the Fourth Industrial Revolution technocracy plan for America and the rest of the world. And as you can see in this truth, Trump is 100% on board with leading America directly into the technocratic New World Order. He calls it the golden age, just to sucker you into a false reality of what is to come. And this is definitely not going to be a golden age if we allow it. And I'm really, there's so many people out there, like prominent ones you'd expect, like New Agers, like Laurie Ladd and Magenta Pixie, all promoting Trump. And there was even people like in our community saying that we're going to move on to a 5D timeline with this actor like leading the way. It's just ridiculous. So I've been saying for forever that he's always been part of the plan. And just look at his name, Trump, right? Trump card. It's telling you what he is, what he's about. Very charismatic, hooks people in, very good at delivering, half-truths. And it was funny because the other thing that he did is that this bill came in, and there's all this stuff about Epstein list. I won't go into all of that, but this bill came in, and then all of a sudden he puts a post out on his Truth Social that he's told Coca-Cola to use sugarcane instead of real sugar, like the toxic sugar. So he's trying to pretend that he's on your side, but at the same time he's rug pulling on the back end. This is exactly what they do. This is exactly what I talk about, the rug pull, the dump in the punch bowl. But this one is big. This is why I've dedicated this video to it. So the post goes on to say it will lead to an all-digital currency economy and the downfall of the US dollar. I mean, it's all slavery anyway, money, you know what I mean? It's just changing of the guards in that respect. But this is really, there'll be no, deals under the table. You won't be able to pay in cash. We know. I know a lot of you know this, but there's a lot of people that need to be aware of the deeper aspects, especially when it comes to this genius thing that they've passed. A cashless society is a necessary step for America to be integrated into the coming one world government structure, and Trump, as well as our Congress, is making sure to play their parts to a T. At first it will be a voluntary thing, then it will be mandated when the time is right. And after that you will need the incoming digital ID in order to use the new financial system and participate in society at all. So anyone wants to come to Mexico and live in the jungle, we can start a community. The lockdowns were a test of your compliance. Now with the passage of the Genius Act comes a real thing. And that's where the post ends. But added to that, I also saw, when I delved into it a little bit more, that it also allows, get this, it allows the government to punish people that refuse any kind of pokes in the arms by freezing their bank accounts, right? So yes, there are no CBDCs, but we've got this coming in. And yeah, like I say, I know a lot of you guys are aware. We've been talking forever about this coming in, but it looks like they are shifting gears. And we have to react to that. We have to respond to that. We have to push back on that. I just am very thankful that the American people still have their arms and didn't give them up, because you know, they're going to have an issue. They're going to have a problem implementing all of this while they're armed. So that's a good thing. But yeah, I think that kind of sums everything up. So like I say, I know it's another shit sandwich, but I really wanted to break down this Genius Act because I've not seen anyone really break down as to actually what it is. And as normal, there's so many distractions around it, and it's flying under the radar. And we need to keep our eye on what they're doing and respond accordingly. And even if that's just sharing information, making people aware that this is coming in and this is what their government that they voted for have signed in. And all you Trump supporters, Q fans that think that he's draining the swamp and doing all this stuff, well, yet here's more evidence. But unfortunately, a lot of those people continue to ignore what is right in front of their faces, and continue to be led like lambs to the slaughter because, well, they're looking for a saviour and they've fallen for the Trump card. So anyway, guys, I think that's it. I'll leave it there. Like I say, don't forget to like, comment, share, and let's get this information out about this Genius Act. All right, take care of yourselves.